All right, it is the rundown for October 11th, 2022. A lot of noise over there, but we press on. We continue.
It's Woodruff.
Is it Woodruff? Just talking.
Running her mouth.
Mean girls just you can't stop a woman from talking.
And they're not that mean.
They're not that mean. They're not mean at all.
Buy these hoodies.
These are mean. I got the Ain't No Hobby golf crew from the Barstool Store. Fall is officially here. Head to the Barstool Store to shop the comfiest hoodies and sweatshirts to keep you warm this fall. Check out the links in the description for our fall collections. And whoever laid these out just wanted me to wear it because this is a medium and my titties would be popping.
Get the son of a boy that ones too. Appreciate you. You want my titties to be popping. Appreciate you.
It is, the rundown. So we got a lot going on. Playoff baseball is happening. There's a buzz in the air.
Fucking Mets. You keep fucking talking about the Mets. I thought the Yankees, the Mets were not even anything on the radar. I've watched maybe 5 minutes of Yankee baseball all fucking year. The only reason I would watch the Yankee game that end here was to see if Judge hit a home run. I don't give a fuck about the Yankees. Your announcers suck. Go fucking Guardians.
You guys have a little brother syndrome like Clemmer.
Big time.
The Phillies are mollywopping the Braves right now.
Rolling.
Currently.
Yes, and the Braves fans are ornery.
Salty.
Ornery.
They're salty.
Are they angry or are they morose? Have they gone from the anger to the sadness, or
They're
is
still
it
bellicose. They still have a little fight in them.
still?
Look at Big T.
Sit down. I told you, you dumb piece of fucking shit.
Whoa. They're going to put runs on the board. Like I said, the Phillies have absolutely nothing to lose. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be up 2-0. We shouldn't be up 2-1.
That's loser talk.
The Phillies
You're a
shouldn't be
fucking
here.
loser.
The Phillies shouldn't be here. All the pressure's on the Braves. You know that. The Braves are one of the best teams ever.
Yes, the Braves are much better and they should win.
I 100% agree that you should win.
I had that on a sound.
You should win.
On a sound.
Well, it's still early.
And they're also realizing they have to face Wheeler and Nola next, which is
Those will be the Phillies' other pitchers.
correct.
Yes.
Jeff Nadu's here.
First time rundown.
Really?
Yes, sir.
First rundown ever.
First rundown ever.
And this is who you get.
That's who I get, the
How do
best.
you feel about that?
You're the best host here, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's a fact, dude. See?
All right,
He knows
see?
how to butter his toast.
Great hair. Look at that hair.
Wow, thank you very much.
Closer to God, dude.
And you're wearing an all-black outfit?
Yes, sir. Always.
Exactly.
Not always. You sometimes wear.
I usually like black. I got a lot of tracksuits. It's velour season, tracksuit weather. So
Is that right? Is it velour season?
October.
definitely.
yeah.
I mean,
This isn't velour, but it is velour season. I'm trying to get a.
Aquarius.
Speaking of merch, I'm trying to get a velour hoodie, a Barstool velour tracksuit.
Okay.
To be dope.
That would
It
be
would
dope.
And then people could buy it.
Hell
You
yeah.
could make money.
I'm trying to get it approved.
Shout out to Rone. Today, the first episode of the
Yes,
Pat Bev
dude, yes.
podcast dropped.
It's great.
You had that on the after show, but I think it should be the pre-show.
Let's
because
front load it.
This is a huge deal.
Yes.
Pat Bev, one of the most notorious players in the NBA. I would say notorious is a good name for him.
Totally.
Infamous, maybe, but he says what's on his mind.
Yes.
And it's out there right now to go listen to the Pat Bev podcast with Rone.
He's not scared of nobody, and he's not afraid to have any opinions.
It's almost a badge of honor to be able to get under somebody's skin like that.
But I'm not trying to. That's the thing. Like,
I don't believe you.
that's not serious. I'm not trying to.
I don't believe you, dude. You have to be at least a little bit trying to get under their skin.
Never. Not one time do I come into a game like, I'm going to get up under his skin. Like some things I might do, I don't know, you with a person, they sneeze a lot, might irritate you.
Right.
They're not trying to irritate you on purpose. They just sneeze a lot,
Right.
And that's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to irritate, but stuff, I might lean on the guy. I like leaning on people. You understand?
But it's not the irritating just because you like to lean on people.
Yeah, that's it.
That's just how it happens.
Yeah, or I like to, the guy has the ball at the top of the key. I like to, put my hand in his rib cage and like push him off.
Yeah.
I do that with everybody.
Or you like to tell an opposing coach that his game plan sucks.
Yeah.
You're not doing it to irritate him.
Just me.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, so if you get irritated by that, it's not a me thing. That's a you thing.
So let me do a rundown.
All right.
He talked shit about Chris Paul
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh, big time.
He talked shit about Draymond Green on the show.
He did, kinda.
Little Wembanyama shit talk.
There was some of that in there too.
And
Really?
talking about soaking.
You would have played in Utah.
And I would have killed it.
Salt
and
Lake
made the
City.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what soaking is?
Soaking,
Yeah.
like if I was to
Dude, I don't think you do know what it is.
Can I guess?
Do you want to?
I don't have a problem embarrassing myself.
Okay, guess.
If I'm soaking like in the bathtub, I'm soaking in my own tears.
Dude, it's a thing that's specific to Utah. And it's a thing that goes on at like BYU and Mormon schools where they're not allowed to have premarital sex. And so what they do is the guy kind of takes the car and parks it in the garage and just lets it idle there. And it just sits there.
I don't understand what you mean because you kind of tell it to me like I'm a 3-year-old.
A guy puts his, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't.
His dick in there and just leaves it there. And it just he just leaves it there to soak. And it's the thing that goes on in Utah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
gotta hear that.
He talked
didn't hear
about
that part.
Wembanyama. He said that when Wembanyama came over to the Lakers bench, dapped up LeBron, dapped up AD, didn't dap up Pat Bev.
I saw the clip. Now, Pat Bev is well inside the row. Like he's like double the space between me and you.
But Wembanyama has the longest arms that have ever been around a basketball court.
That is very true.
It wouldn't be hard for him to reach over a couple more people and give a dap.
But as the greatest prospect ever in the history of basketball, I think you dictate who you say hello to.
Ooh.
Yeah, he definitely is setting the tone, but I mean, Patrick Beverly didn't take kindly to that.
I never thought about how good wingspan would be for dapping.
True.
Oh my God.
Good point. No excuses, really.
What athletes look the best dapping? Basketball players got to be way up there, right?
Yeah.
They're probably the best at it.
Baseball players are good at it, but they
Handshakes.
get too creative, don't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on there. It is a little bit over the top. College, like football players or something like that probably have some cool ass handshakes. And the foreplay guys, their entire brand is dapping. Like
Really?
all they,
That's true.
all their videos are just them
They
shaking
become
hands
dappers.
and dapping.
It's always important to hang out with the chief. You got a cameraman?
Thanks so much. We got to keep moving.
Oh, yes.
Snap that son of a gun.
Come on. Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not dapping.
Or not dapping.
People don't see
the
them.
fumble and stuff like that, but that's most of their content is about the dap.
I never thought about that. They're really not a golf
They don't
podcast
talk,
at all.
I've never heard them talk about golf.
They're a
but
dap
I see
podcast.
them talk about daps all the time.
If you can do it, good. Monday Night Football last night, the Chiefs 30, the Raiders 29, a one-point game, several topics, a wild Monday night game, several weird coaching decisions, several weird stats, several things that happened after the game. So number one, the Raiders scored with 4 minutes to go, and they made it a 30-29 game. Instead of kicking the extra point to tie the game, they decided to go for two and try to take the lead right there. It didn't work. They get the ball back, but don't get close enough to kick a field goal. They lose by the point they gave up. Jeff Nadu, your thoughts?
It was a potpourri of bad decisions.
Oh, he had that ready. Did you see how loaded he had that?
I mean, that fourth down play was one of the worst play calls I've ever seen. The roughing the passer call, if anything, could have been worse than the day before.
Do you think the fourth down call at the end of the game was made all the more worse by the fact that they just ran into each other?
But I don't think even it still would have mattered. The ball was.
But they beat him over the top multiple times in that game.
Yeah.
Like they had a 4th and 1 early on, and that was Devontae Adams' first touchdown. Was a 4th and 1 where they kind of went over the top.
I'm still like, this is a play that I can't even justify or understand. What do you do in this situation?
Well, this is Chris Jones, his roughing the passer.
It's amazing.
Which I think we had 3 of these very, very questionable roughing the passer penalties this weekend. Chris Jones had one where he tackled Derek Carr last night. Then you had Tom Brady and Jarrett, I believe, and there was one more. Oh, Jeffrey Simmons on Carson Wentz,
From
I believe.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, 2 of the guys were Mississippi State guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Chris Jones.
That's unfair.
Maybe we're the most. Are Mississippi State people the most persecuted people on earth?
Probably.
Me, Jeffrey Simmons, Chris Jones, we're all the same.
Yeah, all you guys are just really going through it. One of the things that I didn't like, though, Brandon, was the fact that they went for 2 after the Chiefs had just missed the 2.
They had given them the gift.
Right, they gave you that exactly, and that's they had the gift, and it's like you just take the gift.
Yeah.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Just take the fucking.
They didn't even open the gift. They just handed it right back.
Also, as a gambler, it was brutal because they were then down.
The 7.
There was a possibility where if Kansas City goes and scores again, they don't cover.
Well, it was 7.5 the spread. The Chiefs scored to go up 8.
Yes.
But they said no. We want to either go up 9 or stay up 7, and they didn't get the 2-point conversion, so they stayed up 7. And then, I'm sorry, Frank is vigorously waving his arms. Hold on, Frank. What do you got?
What do you got, boy?
Breaking.
Frank? Go ahead.
The Chiefs missed a PAT.
That's right.
No,
Yeah, they think they did.
Missed a PAT.
The backup kicker.
On the
yeah.
last touchdown.
earlier they did.
No, the last touchdown they scored?
No.
No, they went for 2.
They went for 2, Frank.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They went for 2.
No, it went
Frank,
right.
they went for 2.
They missed the PAT.
They didn't, Frank.
They went for 2.
Frank,
He's the sports encyclopedia.
he's not this time. This is a bad
Let's go.
advertisement for his website.
Well, we can settle this right now. There's
They
no
went
reason
for
to even
2,
argue
Frank.
about it.
They went for 2. I don't know what to tell
Go
you.
to those scoring plays.
Go to the bottom.
What are we doing? They
Extra-
went for 2.
I agree, Brandon.
You're on an island here, Frank.
This is not good, Frank. This is move on.
Go check out the sports encyclopedia anyway.
It's
Go to the
all right.
scoring
I mean,
plays. We gotta
he
get
doesn't
the
believe
scoring
it.
plays. We need to have this.
They missed one earlier. They did not miss one there.
Because they went for 2.
Right. It was 24-23. They scored a touchdown. They went for 2 to try to make it a 9-point game.
Man,
Because
Frank
if
is
they
down bad,
if
man.
they missed the extra point, that would have been an 8-point game.
The Mets lost the other
Frank,
day.
you're down bad, man. I never seen you get something wrong before.
Frank's had a rough few
Yeah,
days
it's-
here.
I
The
feel
Mets,
bad.
the Dolphins, a lot
feel
going on with
bad.
Frank. It's all right, buddy.
I beat him in fantasy last night. Rough.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks.
Sorry, it's all good.
Do you apologize?
I apologize. I could have sworn that they missed that one.
They missed one earlier.
They missed one earlier.
And they missed
2.
They missed a
They
field goal.
to
They
end
missed
it.
a field goal right before that set up the touchdown.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
of,
was
yeah.
a defensive holding. That's
2-point
okay.
conversion failed.
That's what.
All right, it happens.
It happens.
It's all good.
Devontae Adams pushed a guy. What do you think about that, Frank?
I think he pushed the guy thinking it was Hunter Renfro.
Fair enough.
It's a scumbag move.
Yeah, he should have
Pushing a guy?
Fucking
I mean,
brutal.
listen, if you're at work and you're in the middle of working,
But he had a camera in his
and
hand.
stuff, I think every now and then you get all up in each other's face. You can push a guy. I don't think that's a big
I can understand if it was a crazed fan. It was a guy with a camera.
So you're saying he gets 1 push?
I think he gets 1 push. I'm fine with it. I don't think we should judge the guy. I don't think we should suspend the guy. I don't think we should fine the guy. He pushed the guy. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Have we seen a fat lawsuit yet from that?
The guy has said
He's gonna get a.
he's injured and his press charges, or something
Great.
like that.
That's gonna be hilarious.
That's kind of bitch made, isn't it, Ron?
I don't think so. I think that you got to get a fat lawsuit.
You got to
out of
cash
it.
in.
Yes.
Especially if you get shoved like.
It's America.
It was
You
a
talk about-
disrespectful
But you
shove.
talk about a gift.
Yeah, that
Like
was a
you're
gift.
just doing your work, and then Devontae Adams pushes you, and all of a sudden,
That's what we do in this
Ching.
country.
Oh
Beautiful.
my God, it's lucky as hell.
it's like catching Aaron Judge's home run.
Yes.
It kind of is. But you remember last year when the Eagles fans fell in the Washington Stadium?
I do remember that. Jalen
And
Hurts was like,
He
yeah.
was right there. I don't think any of them sued.
We don't sue people.
Yeah, but that was their fault. Well, not their fault, but it
No,
was that
it was the stadium
It was at least from
construction's
it was from what they were doing. This guy just got pushed by Devontae Adams.
But I think that these guys could. It's like you're suing a corporation, which is easier to sue than a man.
No, you're right. But
These
I
guys are
think.
just falling out. You could easily sue this.
Do you think this guy who got pushed by Adams will sue Adams, or will sue the NFL, or will
I'd
sue
sue
the
them all.
Raiders?
I go after all of them. He could have cracked his head on the railing or something.
No, he couldn't have.
You never know. He gets hit the wrong way. You never know.
Could you have cracked your head just now?
No, but if I'm not expecting it and you come out of nowhere and just bury me, it could have. You never know.
I might.
He was pissed.
I might.
I'm looking forward to seeing this lawsuit though. Well, yeah, you push people in the past, so.
Why is
No,
he,
it's about to happen. It's about to happen.
Oh, that's always baffled me.
Why is he dressed like a milkman from the
There you go.
50s?
He lost a bet. And he's wearing an A&M yellow leader suit, which made this all the more ridiculous. Keep in mind, the radio is happening. Riggs, Tommy, they're in the radio studio right now watching this. There you go.
Rage.
You've experienced with it.
Man, that is a good point. You
Well, I
have,
hadn't thought about that, Jeff.
you have done that.
Asshole. All right. NBA player, or former NBA player, Ben Gordon, arrested for hitting his 10-year-old son at LaGuardia Airport. Security stopped him from getting on his plane to Chicago, and two Port Authority officers sustained minor injuries while making the arrest. Ben Gordon wilding out in LaGuardia Airport? Is that what we're doing?
I think LaGuardia is the nicest airport in
It's so
New York.
nice now.
It's really nice now. It's like way closer to Manhattan and everything. So, I mean, I don't know why you'd be upset at LaGuardia.
I also want to give some respect to the Port Authority. They don't get enough credit.
Yeah, I've
We
always
talk
said
about the NYPD a lot, but Port Authority, I mean, they're always on
they're
top of
everywhere.
stuff, you know?
They've got so much authority over the ports.
They kind of fall right between firefighters and police. Like,
Well, I think
They don't get enough
I think
respect.
most people that aren't well, I mean, when I didn't live here, I didn't know what the fucking Port Authority was.
Well, they cover like train stations and
I know
bus
now.
stations.
I
they
know.
just gave Vibbs a ticket for drinking on the subway, though.
Was he drinking on the subway?
I guess he was. I guess he did do the crime.
But see, that could be bad. Maybe Vibb starts assaulting people.
Is there video of Ben Gordon doing this?
He did
John
a good
Rich didn't even
job.
show up to work today.
No, he was here earlier, but
Well, he left for the rundown, and the rundown's his baby, and he just left us with Ben Gordon hitting the kid.
Clemmer, you want to speak for?
John is currently doing the dozen. That's why you have me right now.
Speaking of the dozen, tonight, the dozen, you can watch Chris Clemmer and
Right.
his team debut against the whiny narcissist himself, Kirk Minahan, and his team. So that's going on tonight, right?
A lot of whiny
correct,
people.
yeah.
on that
A
team.
lot of whiny people on that team. You know who's on that team? Kirk Minahan,
Well, Big Ev's not whiny. Though.
Ricky Obasco.
Whiny.
Interesting.
A lot of wine.
I
there.
did not lead you to say that.
What kind of wine? Cabernet. A lot of wine there.
What's your favorite kind of wine? Rone's a Merlot guy.
That ain't true.
I like Cabernet,
Rone's a
Merlot,
Pinot guy.
That ain't true either.
Rone's a Cabernet guy.
Cristal. I like champagne too. Forgot about that. That's not wine.
Montepulciano.
What?
Montepulciano.
I think that's a ham.
No, brother.
Shaq says he's going to buy an NBA team.
Very
Is John
cryptic.
Rich punking us with these topics?
Very cryptic though. This.
All right,
this
so
thing.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say he says Shaq. I'd be disrespectful to say it, but I would like to go back home. I'll leave that to viewers to find out what it means. I'd like to go back home. What the fuck does that mean? He's
What-
going to buy San Antonio Spurs. He's going to buy the New Orleans Pelicans. He's going to buy the LA Lakers.
Well, this
Who's he going to buy?
That's the magic.
This blog, though, was actually well written because we forget one team. Home is the New York area, right? He's from Newark. That could be
right.
the Knicks,
The
who
bricks.
have a owner, was referenced. I think Reegs
Does
referenced.
he have
that.
Knicks buying money?
Well, Dolan, get a group.
He would have to
it'd
get
be-
a group. He ain't buying anything.
Right.
on his
I mean,
own.
Knicks buying money is different than Magic buying money.
He's got a lot of money.
He
Though.
got a lot
definitely
of
has
money.
a lot of
But he
money.
got Knicks buying money.
Yeah, he'd need a group, but I mean, he's not buying the Nets. Jay-Z ain't selling the Nets.
JC still on the Nets?
I believe he does. Yeah,
part of it?
that group,
I think
Rock Nation.
Is it more that Russian dude though?
Oh, right.
No, Alibaba now.
Oh, Baba bought it.
Oh, that's right. I think Jay-Z's involved. No,
Oh,
Frank.
because he was forced to sell
Got
him.
to fact check Frank now.
Jay-Z was involved. I don't think he's as involved as he used to be.
Okay.
All right.
Good stuff, Frank.
I'm gonna say Knicks. What are your bet, man? What do you think? What?
I think he'd buy the Magic. Made
Magic
no sense.
is
yeah.
what I.
Yeah,
think.
they're
It feels like
depleted anyway.
you can have the Magic every 2 or 3 years for a couple $1 million. So
Yeah, 10 million or
I think
something.
me and Rome were at one point were in a group that was going to
Yeah,
buy the Magic.
I heard that.
But he doesn't like the Wagner twins, so he bowed
They're
out.
not twins.
The Wagner boys.
Yeah, they're not
Brothers.
twins. But I like their front line.
They
though.
are twins, though.
Banchero, I think that he's going to be able to put up. I mean, then Jonathan Isaac hasn't played in like 6 years. They have length that you need.
The Magic have not had a good guard though, since
Well, Terrence Ross scores a lot of points, and then Suggs is going to grow into. What
yeah,
they hope
that's
so.
the before that it was forever.
All right, so let's see if Shaq buys
Cole
a
Anthony,
Yeah,
nah.
he's
buys
the
a
Heat.
team. Speaking of,
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Jalen Suggs.
No. Who's the other guy that they had on the Magic? Cole Anthony's on the Magic?
Thought he was in the Heat.
no, he's not on the Heat.
Cole Anthony, and then they have Markel Fultz too over there. They gave him like 17 a
Oh,
year,
that's right.
something like that.
That's right.
Qatar or Qatar? I say Qatar, and
Qatar.
Qatar's the way you say it, right?
Yeah.
Otter, yeah.
Qatar putting major fines in place for any fan who takes his shirt off at the World Cup. If you take your shirt off at the World Cup, you're going to see a major fine at the World Cup. This seems antithetical to what the World Cup is.
So I have a little bit on this.
But what do you have on this?
So this has to do with of Islamic law. Okay, in Islamic law, a male cannot show his stomach. It's true. That's why they're doing this.
Okay.
So that's what it doesn't have to necessarily do with the country. It's more with the law that they follow.
Philadelphia, the biggest Islamic
Yes.
population outside of the Middle East.
Correct.
So,
I don't. Is that right?
That's
Yes.
100% a fact.
Wow, I did
Yes.
not know that.
We have a lot of Sunnis out there.
But a lot of people are going to struggle with this. England, some of the.
Pretty much every country.
Yeah.
And it's hot as hell too. That's the
Hot
problem.
as hell. When does this thing start?
November 21st.
When's that start?
November 21st, I think it
Okay.
starts. It's going to be 120 degrees.
It's gonna be a lot of degrees, man. That's a lot of.
degrees.
My favorite degrees is 98 degrees.
Balmy.
Nick Lachey guy.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that for first album called?
All I Have to Give or something? No. What did they
It was
say?
Orange. It was obviously Heat.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was something like
It was a
that.
good, they were.
Who else was in that group?
Would you say they were the third biggest boy band behind NSYNC, the big two?
Depends on what you think about O-Town. But yeah, it was.
I think 98 Degrees would be ahead of O-Town.
Yeah,
They
they're
probably
third.
But they both only had like one hit. 98 Degrees was Nick Lachey's brother in it too? I'm pretty sure he was in it as well.
I think he was in another group.
No,
he was a brother in it as well, I believe.
All right, I got a theory I'd like to posit in front of you Philly boys right now.
Yeah.
Were Boys to Men the first boy band?
Good point.
They were.
Motown of Philly was
literally
like
Boys to Men.
Yes.
And they came earlier than
that was like early '90s.
Yeah.
New Kids in the Block.
Yeah, New Kids on the Block.
The Beatles. If you want to go way back.
No, the Beatles were not a boy
They're not a
band.
boy
They were
band.
initially. That's how they were marketed at first.
A boy band, but not in the sense. Okay, Frank has written something down.
What about like
What do you got, Frank?
Come on.
What about like the Four Tops and stuff?
I'm not saying.
the 12
they
Apostles.
were men.
The Jackson 5, Osmonds. Those
But what
were.
about the women in there were women in both of those.
Yeah,
boy
we're
bands.
talking.
And some of the people in Jackson 5 were not boys; they were
Yeah.
men already.
Then we have New Edition.
Well, I didn't mean the first boy band. I just meant were Boys to Men a boy band.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, they were because.
But so is everybody who has a boy in a band a boy band?
But I consider boy bands to be more like pop.
Yeah, they're the kind with the frosted tips.
Yeah, like
and all
12-year-old girls
And
listening
if you
to
want,
stuff.
to even go, there was Menudo.
Of course,
There was
Ricky Martin.
Menudo. There was Jet.
There was
Jets.
There was
Not
New Kids
Jet.
on the Block.
What about like the Four
Oh,
Tops?
good point, Frank.
What about that? Like the '60s, doo-wop.
They were men. They were
I feel like I'm
adults.
the fact
No,
checker.
they were
even though I
young,
got
I
my
believe.
facts wrong.
Temptations before
Rat Pack were young, weren't
No, they weren't.
They were like
You don't know
30.
what you're talking about.
They were like 30.
They weren't boys. Boys implies that they're teenagers or something.
But Nick Lachey was like in his 20s when he did that,
Yeah,
no?
Backstreet Boys. One of them was
Yeah.
like 25.
But they were
Chris
playing the role of
Kirkpatrick.
boys.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
The Frosted Tips. That's a boy band thing.
All right, let's settle it right now. Left hand for NSYNC, right hand for Backstreet Boys. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh wow!
If you say Backstreet Boys,
a clean sweep, NSYNC.
Yeah. I actually didn't.
So much better than
I liked
Backstreet
NSYNC
Boys.
personally.
I wouldn't even say they're so much better, but I have my preference.
Like 9, 10-year-old kid, I like.
They had Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on Shazay.
Jose was great.
Joey Fatone.
Fatone is still. I mean, he's an Impractical Joker now. He's still thriving.
I mean, who was in besides Aaron Carter? Who was in?
There's a guy named
Well, there
Brian.
was Brian, and
Brian
then there was
Latrell,
Howie,
my
the ugly one.
I don't even remember them.
Is Howie ugly?
Wasn't Howie ugly?
No,
there was
Howie
one that
was in
didn't fit.
NSYNC.
You know what band you would be?
No. NSYNC was Lance, JC, Chris Kirkpatrick, Joey Fatone, and Justin Timberlake. And Backstreet Boys was Howie,
Oh, you're
Brian.
Right. You're right.
No, I know.
You know what band you'd have been good in?
What?
Hanson.
I'm not a Hanson brother.
But you look kind of like.
There are
him.
literally
like he
three
does
brothers
look like
named
a
Hanson.
Hanson.
They
Yeah,
had long hair.
Look
as well.
Hanson up. You would.
Could have been in Hanson.
No,
Yeah.
I could have been Tyler, Isaac, or Luke. Or
You could have been
Tyler,
like
Isaac,
the.
or-
You could have been like
no,
the
Taylor,
dad in Hanson.
Isaac. I can't remember the other Hanson brother.
Zach?
Zach. Thank you.
They look
terrible now.
Get them younger.
God damn.
Holy shit.
That's rough.
What's that kid in the middle's deal?
It's like
Is that a
Rone,
mug
some
shot?
Sort of upper. All right.
There's a good one.
Here's a prison one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Not to imply that you've been in
I don't know
prison.
why
Free all the bros,
why am I
though.
constantly
You have a
that I-
podcast called The Sit Down, the Mafia podcast.
Yeah, and I have most of my friends are in prison, but I'm not.
Well, there you go. Most of my friends are in
Like,
prison.
there's a rumor that I'm on the no-fly list. I'm not on the fucking no-fly list.
you are on the no-fly list.
He can
I
fly.
may have been. At
I've
one
heard
point.
that he's on
I
the
may have been
no-fly
at one
list.
point.
He can fly. He can fly
When
whenever
can you
he
come off
wants.
the no-fly list?
I was off it previously. On it previously. I'm off now. I can fly now.
A prisoner in Georgia steals 11. I feel like once you're on the no-fly list, that should be permanent.
You get off.
I don't know why you would get off that. If you're so dangerous you can't fly, I would like for that to stick. Just my opinion.
Fair
Georgia prisoner steals $11 million from inside his cell.
Yes.
He did it with a phone. He smuggled into prison. He was serving 14 years in maximum security, and he posed as billionaire Sidney Kimmel on the phone with a bank, and he stole $11 million from inside a cell.
But what's crazy about this story is
Hero?
here. Yes.
Okay.
What's crazy about it though is he did it in a maximum security prison. He had been transferred there for an infraction, and these are supposed to prevent that. But for whatever reason, he got a phone in, pretended to be this through like a Charles Schwab account.
Yeah.
got the money, bought gold coins, $10 million worth of gold coins, hired a private security team and a private plane to fly them to Georgia, and then he bought a home for $4.5 million.
I'm going to be honest. I think we should get this guy out of prison and put him in some sort of place of responsibility. Because he seems like he's...
Like Catch Me If You Can, when they threw Abagnale on the
We need to use this guy's strengths.
That's what I wrote. I wrote, like, too bad this guy didn't go do things the right way. Yeah.
Everybody's just blogging these days.
But too bad he didn't do the right thing with it, because he could have been a pretty decent businessman, I feel like. He has ingenuity, this guy.
Well, you can learn some good business in jail. You know what I mean? The
Andy
guys
Dufresne had a library.
Exchange.
Look at Red, too. He had the, getting all the stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy story. We need this guy out.
Swimmer's never seen Shawshank Redemption.
It's not true. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Where do you rank it?
He's never seen it.
It's in my top 5. I love that movie. What are you talking about? I love the book.
He told me this morning coming up the elevator, listen, I've heard about Shawshank, but I've never seen it.
That's not
Damn,
true.
I don't know which one of you to believe.
I love Shawshank Redemption.
I believe
great,
you have. You're
great
a movie
book.
guy.
I believe
It's
Brandon.
a great novella, if you will, and it's a
See,
great.
there you go. He talks about the book first. Who talks about the book first?
Yeah, no.
That's what I read
He's
first.
never seen it.
I read the book before I saw the
never
movie.
Read it.
Seriously, have you
He's
seen
never
it?
seen.
You haven't seen it?
I've seen the movie. I read the book first.
He's never seen Shawshank.
If that's
It's a
true,
horrible rumor to start.
if that's true, your fucking blogs about movies
All right,
should
who
never
played
come out.
Andy
Shouldn't come
Dufresne?
out.
Tim
Took too
Robbins.
long. Took too long.
Oh, come on. What are you
Took way
talking
too
about?
long.
Who played Red?
Why is Smitty
What's your
stalking?
score, Smitty?
Why are you stalking right now?
I'm not stalking.
He's sauntering.
I'm not stalking. I was going to see if the #1 Atlanta Braves fan, Frank the Tank, wanted to come on stream and root on his Braves. They're losing 6-1 right now.
Fuck,
Rick, would you like to go watch the stream?
fuck Blooper.
He's busy. Frank's busy.
You're a Braves fan. You're a fake Braves fan too.
Why? How am I a fake Braves
Are
fan
you?
if I'm sitting here and not watching?
I never knew you were.
I don't give a fuck about the Braves.
You talk
I'm
about
from the South.
talk about Blow and Dale Murphy all the time.
Who's Bo?
Close enough. I said blowing Dale Murphy.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, yeah. Dale Murphy, Ozzie Virgil,
player.
Albert Phil. I love the 80s Braves, but once they got good, I didn't care.
You know, actually, I love the 80s Braves too because they fucking sucked. He's not wrong.
Oh, he's not wrong, but I like the bad Braves better than the good Braves.
He's got work to do, though.
Kanye West shows porn to Adidas execs. What's happening right now?
He's got to go to European accent. Okay. You go. Oh, come on. Is that it? Yeah, come on. Doesn't he sound like the voice sounds similar? The voice sounds similar. Yeah. So basically, my ambition. I'm only going to work at Adidas if he's a CEO. You guys have done wrong by the company, by the business, and by the partnership. The whole concept of this video is that the guy had cheated. So then the girl was like, well, I'm going to do the thing that's your worst nightmare. This is your worst nightmare.
I guess he's off the rocker.
He shoved it in their face.
Really?
Yeah, he literally just had the phone.
Who among us hasn't shown porn to an Adidas exec, though?
Yeah, and they kept telling him, stop showing it to us. And this is after he made
Is that a kid right there?
Yeah, it's his kid.
Yeah, it's his kid. Playing basketball or something, I don't know.
Oh.
But he also had some anti-Semitic tweets recently. He's really off.
He did.
He's really off the rocker.
But you said you agreed with...
No, that's
Okay.
not true.
All right.
That never happened.
All right, let's move on. We'll go to the after show. Rone and Pat Bev podcast dropped today. Check that out.
Check that out.
Go sub.
Rico Bosco dropped an investigative report, and then Clemmer came back against Rico Bosco. What's the beef with Rico Bosco right now?
Well, I had nothing
Other
to
than
do
the
with
fact that he's trying to suck Menahan's dick for relevancy?
He's taking a lot of shots at me. Rico's taking a lot of shots at me. I took one back.
What was your shot back?
It was my blog. And I just kind of talked about how he wants $100,000 a year to go work for Kirk for 1 day a week. That was a ridiculous request.
That is a bad request.
But I mean, he's called me an alcoholic about 6 dozen times now on various shows.
You like to have hard ciders while playing your Mariners.
I do. When I do a little sim baseball, I like to have a cider.
You've been drunk a couple of times, though.
I've been drunk a couple times.
How many hard ciders do you have at night?
1 to 2. Every night.
That's nothing.
That's somebody that enjoys baseball.
Yeah.
That's 1 to 2, and maybe on the weekends I'll have as many as 4
How
or
else
5.
are you going to get through the 1995 Seattle Mariners season on a computer?
It's like a doctor coming off a shift having a martini. It's not
That's what it
wrong
is.
with
Just a little relax. Take the edge
Why
off.
is that the profession you used?
I heard it on Bill O'Reilly one time, and I always remembered it.
All right, let's move on.
And then then there's a blog about gas, and stuff like that.
You don't listen.
The blogging wars are getting interesting.
They are getting interesting. Did you see my blog today?
Oh, definitely not.
It was very popular. Get that blog up.
Get that
now.
up.
Get that
Pull
blog
that up
up
now.
Get that blog up. Get the
by the way,
blog up now.
It's ranked right now,
Yeah.
so you could probably
Teacher
find
got
it.
fired for OnlyFans where she rates dicks, so I had her give me a report card. Oh, I haven't seen you. Your dick on TikTok?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
And this is a
Your
follow.
dick on OnlyFans?
Yes, this is a follow-up.
No, I don't want to. Let's just get to the
It
brass
is-
tacks here. Is your dick on OnlyFans?
It is out there. Now, I will not identify where. If you happen to find it, enjoy.
How is it easier or hard to find?
I wouldn't say it's hard. I mean, if you're a decent
How hard?
investigator, you could find
Whose
it.
dude's OnlyFans do I have to look at?
It's a female.
Okay.
So what I try to do is kind of
Knocked out 50% of the population right there, Rone.
well, we might get some more info because now this woman has some info on it as well now, and Joey actually does too now.
Joey has information on your penis?
Yes, he does.
Well, this is a development. Rone, this is not exciting you? You
No,
just yawned.
I was opening my mouth out of absolute shock that Joey has seen your dick.
So I had this
Did
pro.
Joey go detective on your dick and find it, or what?
I'm not gonna say, but
Well, you
he
need
knows.
to say. That's a.
Let's just say he.
Joey! I don't think Joey's here anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has Joey seen the OnlyFans?
No.
No.
So Joey has information about your dick independent from the OnlyFans.
Yes, he uncovered it somehow, and has seen a still shot.
And what did he say?
Joey.
I saw Jeff Nadu's dick today.
Okay. How?
He showed it to me on his phone.
And
Wait a minute. You said he found a picture
did.
of your dick. You showed it to him?
I hustled him in the corner.
He also, yeah.
Okay.
I shook him down.
All right.
Shook
so
it down.
did you ask to see it?
Yeah.
And you just showed
Well,
it?
I knew because I was trying to make some money around here because I know it's high stakes. Everyone's trying to look for it, so I figured I have a small business loan I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Make some money. So if I actually have this sort or have the first one to be on record, seeing the dick in the video.
You're going to uncover the dick and get the
Plus he had
financial windfall.
I could probably do a rendering, like a drawing, like he
had the
like a
earlobe.
witness protection drawing of the criminal.
Okay, so
his dick being the criminal.
Could you just describe it in 10 words or less?
What he's missing in stature, he's making up for in the pants. He's got a big, heavy dick. It's like a baseball bat.
A heavy dick.
Big dick. Big white dick. Thick, like a tree trunk.
Really?
Very
That's
heavy.
surprising to me.
No, it's heavy.
He does not look like a big dick man.
Wait, how do you know the
How do you know the weight of it?
I could just see that the girl's wrist was struggling, like she had carpal tunnel, trying her darndest to keep that thing standing up.
Holding it up like Samson holding up.
I try to
the
tell
Noah's
you.
Temple.
No, but it had to be. I would say it's like.
No. Do not use that microphone in any way as a comparison for it.
That, but like.
Girth.
What?
Heavy and big. Very like a porn star dick.
There are many widths on that microphone. Which is the closest width to it?
This one. I mean, if porn stars came from like bad neighborhoods, he'd probably be in for a job.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah,
That
I
is
was
a-
He did the
pleasantly
earlobe
surprised.
test, and I wanted to confirm that
I was
he wasn't
pleasantly
off.
surprised.
What's the earlobe test?
I came in here.
Don't fucking.
He could tell if you have a big dick by the size of your earlobe.
I got big earlobe.
It's not about earlobe.
Well, what is it about? I have gigantic ears.
Yeah, no, yours is fine for your size. It doesn't look small against how big you are.
They used to call him Brandon Dick Too Big Walker, though. That wasn't
Yeah,
actual.
I couldn't do certain things because dick was too big. Would you like to see it?
I couldn't
We'll go
wear
in the
certain
corner.
things. My dick was too small.
What happened? Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
Well, that's a good place to end, I
That was
believe.
informative.
Yeah. Congratulations on your girthy dick.
Thank
I
you.
feel much closer to you do now. Like,
I have a DVD at home of Shawshank. I'll bring it to you. So you
Yeah.
can watch it.
Watch
You gotta
it.
watch that, bro.
Shawshank
You
so
gotta
many
watch
times.
it. Clemmer,
Who directed it?
How does it
Who
end?
directed it?
How does
You've
it
got to
end? No
watch it.
spoilers. How does it end?
Who directed it?
You've got to watch it.
Now, how does it end? No spoilers.
How do I do with no spoilers?
Well,
Just seen
Dance
it.
happily. How? Who directed it?
They're in fucking
All right, here
Mexico.
I got
in
an
a poor-ass place. How do you know this happy?
I got an obscure question. If you've seen it, you know. What was the name of the guy that bothers Tim Robbins' character the whole time?
Yeah. What's his name? See, you don't know.
Wow.
That's a rundown.
Wow, you
All right.
really don't know.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You
God
movie
damn.
fake
Everybody knows
fuck.
that guy's name.
You fake movie fuck.